Hello everyone, my name is Zeel Prajapati. Basically, I'm software engineer at Articam. In Articam, we are building Frappe apps for our use case, and we are also migrating into the ERP next from couple of months now. So that's how.
You started the recording also.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so at Archicam, we are also migrating to the ERP next, and there are data of different platforms from like many years, part 10 or 15 years. So we are migrating in that also. So I'm part of that team. Topic today I'm presenting is creating custom bench command with help of Frappe. So that in this topic we are going to see how we can create the custom bench commands and from where the use case can be, then you can create the commands and use that function. So let's get started. So before getting into how you can create the custom command, the first of all, like why you want to even create the custom command. So first is programming imports. So you can have data in any DB like MongoDB, Postgres, SQL, and you want to get that data into your ERP. So you can create the command, run the command, and basically you can write the migration script and create the command and do the data import. Then there will be a scenario where you build some function and you want to test that function, and for that you require some fake data. So for that also you can create the custom command. Replicating GUI operation with CLI. So this can be another use case. So example can be, let's say you have users in your site and the number is in the lakhs. So it's very hard to do some operation from the GUI. You can write some command. Let's say you want to send the password reset mail to all the users. So it's better to write command and run whenever it requires. Generating reports, again, you can generate the reports from the GUI, but for the large number of operations, you can rather write the commands and run command for generate the reports. Bulk operation is again the same use case. And now let's just see, create our first bench command. So these are the topic we are going to see right now. We are going to create our first command. We are going to learn how we pass the argument in that command, how we can group the command, and at last how we perform the DB operation on that with the help of commands. So let's just directly jump over to the terminal. Just shell. So for the development environment, I am using Frappe manager. I just enter into the shell. Frappe. So whenever we learn any new language, we first write the code for hello world, right? So here we are going to write our first command as hello world only. So I will just do bench hello world, and it's just printing the hello world in the console. So let's just quickly see how I build this command for the in VS Code. So yeah. So this is a pretty much same code that you have to write whenever you create any custom command. So Frappe by default use click for creating the command. So and I imported that click library. Then I use that decorator click.command. In that decorator there are many arguments you can pass. For basic argument is the command name. So here I gave name as hello world, and in the function definition I'm just printing hello world in the console. Now this is not it. There is one more step for including that command into the bench. So in my module folder I have the folder name as command, and in that command folder in the init.py you have to import your particular commands, like same as I imported hello world here, and after that you have to add that command into commands array. So that's how bench knows the hello world command exists, and you can run with the bench hello world. So this is the same step you have to follow each time when you are creating the custom command, and for running again you have to just do bench hello world. Now we'll see how we can pass the argument in the command. So for that I created the basic sum command. If I show you the definition, help. So again, sum command take two argument, number 1 and number 2, and pretty much each take the argument and do the summation. I just run it. So you can see that it take 12 and 23 and gave me the summation at 35. So let's just see how I pass the argument in that command. So yeah. So for that I have argument.py, and here the syntax is like creating command is the same syntax, click.command, and you pass the command name. Then I define argument as click.argument decorator. In first you have to pass the argument name, then you can define the type. So here by default all the type checking done by the click library itself only. So if I show you here in the sum command, if I pass some string also, let's say some random string, so it would show me the error like you don't pass as a valid integer. So this type of validation is done by the library itself only, so you don't have to worry about that. And in the function definition I am grabbing two variables, number 1 and number 2, and I am just doing the summation. Here argument as kind of mandatory fields. You can see that function definition I have to, it is mandatory to pass the number 1 and number 2. There is another one more option click library has provided, is the option one. So option by name, you can assume that option is the optional value, like if you pass it or don't pass it, the function you can execute the command, right? So for that I created one arithmetic command. So what essentially that command is doing, it taking two argument again, number 1 and number 2, and third argument is operation. So based on operation we are doing the summation, multiplication or division and other operation. But the option is an optional command here. If you don't pass it, so by default it will take sum. So if I want to run the arithmetic command, so I can run through. So if I show you the help, it's visible at the end. So you can see here it is had one option name and operation, it is optional argument. And if I run the command, let's just do 12 to operation as sum. So based on the operation value is doing the summation. Let's just do division also. So these are the two types how you pass the variables or the argument in the particular command. One is argument, another one is option. Then in the next step we'll see how you can group the command. If any of you ever run the bench setup command, so setup is a group. It is visible. Now, fine. Okay. So now we'll see how we can group the command. Syntax again is pretty much simple. Rather than using click.command, now we are going to use click.group decorator. So essentially it creates the group name as, here I created one group name as calculator. And in the function definition, right now I'm not doing anything, but you can also have the description of your group command also based on your requirement. And how you can add other command into that group is simple. Rather than using click.command decorator, now you are going to use group.command decorator. So here we have the @calculator.command, and here the command name is sum again, and it's just taking the two argument and doing the summation. And now if I quickly show the output. So bench calculator, let's just see what help. So now calculator is a main group command, and it has some command as division, multiplication, summation and subtraction. Let's just run one of the command, sum 1232. So again it take the argument and do the summation. So that's how you group the command. So we see how we can create the command, how we can pass argument, and at last we also see how we can group the particular command in one sub command. And last we'll see how we can perform DB operation with the help of the custom command. So for that I have created one command for insert to do. So if I see you the help, so it take description, status, again optional parameter, and based on that it creating the to do. Let's just create one dummy to do for that. So this is a demo. So and if I show you, so in the to do list, let me just, yep. So it inserted to do. So right now we have one more step, like we perform the DB operation with the command. Let me just show you the code for it. Yep. Again, while performing the DB operation for particular site, the code will be pretty much same for all the commands. This is the boilerplate we can follow each time while you are performing the DB operation. So here again I am create command with the click.command, pass two options, and then I'm getting the context, and here I use the pass context decorator which Frappe provide. So essentially what this decorator is doing is grabbing the default click context and appending Frappe globals in it. So one of the example is site. So whenever you run the migration command or install app command, you also specify the site, right? So that thing is by default inserted here when you use the pass context. So that's how you grab the global in your command. So here I am grabbing the site, and then next step is to make connection with your site. So this two line you have to use initialize with the particular site, make the connection. After that you can perform whichever DB operation you want, and at last after all the execution is finished, make sure you commit your all the changes. That's why the DB changes are made, and at last you can destroy your connection or close your connection. So whenever you are performing DB operation, these lines are fixed. Make the connection with that particular site, and DB can connect to the database, perform your DB operation, and at last you can destroy your connection. Now this is a boilerplate. In top of that you can write your own decorator so that you don't have to write these 3 lines or 4 lines each time. So that's how you can do. Code will be same. And now here. So yeah, we have seen these 4 things now, like how you can create command, how you can pass argument, how you can group, and how you perform the DB operations. Now it's time for demo, like whichever thing we learn, we can apply in some use case. So for that, so I have the CSV of job applicant data from some other platform. So what is include is email ID, name, particular job, interview round. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Yep. So it has email, name, job, interview round, interview date, status, feedback. So you can see that in the one CSV only, I have data of job applicant, interview, job opening, and interview round also, right? So if I want to insert that data into a particular our site, so there will be many manual operation I have to do first. So I have to first insert the job openings, then create the interview rounds, then I will insert job applicant, then I will insert the particular interview, right? And doing this stuff for the around 20k student or applicant is kind of little bit time consuming when it comes to doing with the GUI. So rather than I just created one command which take the file input, read the data, do some operation, do the data mapping for the doc types, create job opening if it not exists, create the interview round if it not exists, and create job applicant, and at last it create the interview also. So for that I created one custom command, and I am sending data with the help of that command only. So let me just show you the code for that command first. So I have all the code present in the importer folder, job applicant importer, job applicant.py. So I have created one command name as import job applicant, which take the file path, essentially in our case the CSV path. It's reading the CSV data. Here I am mapping the data of applicant and interview. So right now I only have one interview, but in your case or in other case we can have multiple interview also, we can handle that case also. Then I am calling the import job applicant function. So that it just checks if job opening exists or not. If it not exists, then I am creating the job opening also. Then I am creating the job applicant. At last I am creating all the interviews with the import interviews function. Again that function is the same. I am grabbing the interviews, checking if interview round exists or not. If it not exists, then creating the interview round, and after that I am creating the interview. So let's just run this command. Bench import. Yep. So you can see that it started importing the job applicant one by one. And if I show you the data inserted, job applicant. So you can see that it is importing the job applicants, and in that job applicant, it is also importing the interview, And in interview, if interview round doesn't exist, he also creating the interview round. Right now, only have the blank data, but in your case, if you have the data, you can also put that data also. So that's how import is doing. So yeah, for this use case, I am just creating command and importing the data. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any question, you can ask. All the code whichever I show you is present in that GitHub repo, so you can refer it.